Hey everyone, this is Chase with Priority Bicycles, and earlier this year I went down to Florida and I raced the Huracan 300. It was way more difficult than I could have possibly imagined, but it was also one of the most fulfilling things I've ever done on a bike. This race is notorious for being one of the hardest, if not the hardest, mountain bike races within the Southeast. And last year, you might remember that Ryan Van Duzer did this with one of our friends, Brett Hack, who is a great friend of Priority, and he had a great time doing it, and I figured there's no better time than now for me to try and tackle the Huracan 300.
Good morning. It is officially day one of the Huracan 300. We'll be departing here for the OG route at 8 a.m. It's about 7:20 right now. A little bit of rain last night, so everything's slightly damp. It wasn't crazy, got super windy last night, but oh man, 114 miles to go of single track and off-road. So, hot dog.
This is day one of Huracan 300. Ready for this?
Hell yeah.
Let's talk about the bike I actually took. So I ended up riding the Priority 600 HXT. And the reason I took this bike is because one of the most common questions we get through customer service, through pre-sales, through just talking to people who are interested in Priority is, can you take the HXT bikepacking? And the short answer is absolutely you can take this bike backpacking. It has room for racks, it has room for bags and stuff like that, and it can tackle essentially anything and everything you throw at it. The suspension on this bike, the tires on this bike, the smart shift, the electronic shifting, everything that is on this bike works super well. And I had a lot of help from our friends at Redshift that helped with a suspension seat post and some aero bars to make some of these longer gravel sections a little bit more bearable because it's super hot, it's Florida, and there's no shade. This is a lot of just really difficult gravel sections, loose sand in a lot of places, fire roads that are meant to be not driven on, not walked on, they're just there, and we're going through a lot of these roads. There's a lot of mud in a lot of these areas. The swamps are unbelievably humid and there's wildlife everywhere, and again, there's not a lot of shade in these areas, and it's just humidity and heat and long rides and going through mud and river crossings and all of that stuff where you're just finding stuff where you can't get through it. There may be brambles and bushes in the way and you've got to find a way around that. So this is just one of those things that I had all of these expectations of a fairly easy, just ride your bike for 100 miles a day and you'll be set, and it's so much more than that.
I'm Daniel Herb with Ride with Dan USA and the One Pedal at a Time movement. I got the Gemini TI. It's electronic shifting, 12-speed belt drive, titanium with Redshift gear all over it, plus custom bags. But it's got upgraded tires. I went from the 40s that it came with to 47s to give it a little bit more traction and stability. And then upgraded to a lot of the Redshift gears so that I have a little bit of suspension in the front, suspension in the back, and just make it a smoother ride than it already was.
So I'm about 75 miles in. I'm gonna switch to the light route because my legs are killing me. I just stopped at this grocery store and filled up on a ton of junk food. But I'm gonna save my legs. I'm gonna ride with the rest of the group on Priorities tomorrow and the next couple days because this is tough. Like, this event is no joke. There's no hills or anything, but you're always pedaling, so it's just tough. But I highly recommend it.
Good morning. It's the start of day 2. I feel pretty good. I feel way better than I felt last night. Got a really good sleep. We got the crew here. We got a fire slowly stoking. Much less mileage today, which is nice. I will be continuing on the light trail. Like I said, I took the very last section of the light trail yesterday just to save like my legs from cramping over and over again. But another day of party pace, another day of hanging out. I'm excited. There's a Publix like 16 miles down the road, so we'll see how this goes. I hear it's less single track today, so that's a relief. But yeah, it's a beautiful morning. It's nice and breezy, so we'll see you guys later.
So we're like 27-ish miles in to day 2. This is a beautiful, beautiful trail, and there are just tons of little friends that just want to hang out with us. Just chilling.
My name is Brett Hack. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. This is the Priority 600X. I got it about a year ago. I've put almost 5,000 miles on it. It's been absolutely indestructible. I've got the Redshift seat post here with the Infinity saddle, so next 350 miles I have no concerns for comfort. I'm going to be good to go. I did add some wider bars from Tumbleweed. Got to have the aero bars up there for comfort. And then my good friend at GoRuck made me a custom bag that is completely covered in patches and ready for more. And of course, Huracan 2025 right there.
So that right there is Sugarloaf Mountain Road, which is the highest elevation gain in Florida. Not the highest point, but the highest from starting down here to going up here. We're about to climb it. So thank God I have gears, and thank God I'm going to be in the granny gear basically the whole time.
For anyone that said Florida's flat, that's a hill.
And that is the top of Sugarloaf. Not easy, but made easier when you have 600% gear range. Absolutely love it.
This is officially the center of Florida. It's 56 miles to the Gulf of Mexico, 56 miles to the Atlantic Ocean, 252 to Alabama, Georgia, 252 to Key Largo. How does it feel? We're in the middle.
Very centering.
Very centering. Very zen.
Very zen.
All right, we are 60 miles in Claremont, Florida. I just got dinner at the brewery, which is also one of the checkpoints. We've got like a Publix in 5 miles, so I'm gonna stop there, and then the campsite is like another 10 miles after that, so we're almost done with day 2. Luckily, it's been mostly paved, believe it or not, today, so that's been nice. So that's the end of day 2. We did 70 miles ish, 70-ish. We're staying at the Willow Tree Cabin Clubhouse. It's actually like a hang gliding aviation clubhouse. You can't really see it, but there's a runway there where they have hang glider pilots that take off from here. And so I was able to go shower. I'll be able to sleep in a bed tonight, which is great. The one caveat is tomorrow is probably the hardest day. It is 90 miles. Even for the light route, and it is essentially all swamp. There's about 70 miles of riding with no resupply at all. So I was able to get a bunch of drinks and a bunch of food at the Publix, and gonna strap it to the bike. I'm probably gonna try and leave a little earlier tomorrow, but this is gonna be a tough day. I'm excited though. We get to ride through a swamp. It's gonna be fun. Good foggy morning. It's day 3 of the Huracan 300. We're getting ready to do 70 something miles of swamp. We just left Willow Tree, and can't really see anything. It's so foggy this morning, but it's actually warm. Riding with Dan, Ride with Dan USA, and
I guess it's that way.
all right, let's head that way. Here's to a good day.
Bill Carlson. I'm here for the party. I'm here for the fun.
Sweet.
I'm not here to race. So this is the Priority 680X. It's damn near brand new. It has not been on an adventure with me, so this is going to be exciting. But it's the belt drive, pinion drive, monster that I've been riding for the last month around my local area, and it's amazing. The only thing I've done is I put on new handlebars and get a little more cockpit space. I put on the aero bars, new grips, new pedals, and then I added the rack and put bottle cages wherever I could put bottle cages. This is I hope I never open this bag. This is the first aid kit, things that are gonna, if I'm getting in there, a lot of tools are in there, a flat kit, things like that. So if I don't open this, I'm happy. I've got food in here. I've got the little Moloko bar bag up here that's got batteries in it, and then miscellaneous.
That's it for Green Swamp. We hit the Circle K. My bike is filthy. I've got Ride with Dan with me.
Yeah, guys.
How do you feel about that?
I loved it so much that I'm coming back next year for this.
Hell yeah. I definitely want to do OG again next year. But we've got like 11-ish miles to go for the campground.
Yeah.
Sleep. More Circle K.
More Circle K, and then we go from there and we go home. We're gonna have a good afternoon tomorrow. We got an early breakfast at mile 15, then at mile 60, I think it is, burgers, and then we wrap it up at around mile 72, I think it is.
All right, that's an easy day.
Yeah.
That's
Especially after what we've done for the last
This is the best day.
This is awesome. I thought it was,
I was nervous.
I was very nervous. Everybody was talking about how hard it was gonna be and how like time consuming it was going to be, and well, I think the weather helped with the fog this morning. That really made it nice.
Wet, weren't
wet, kept us
dehydrated.
cool until about noonish, and then by that point we were just hammered
Hell
to
yeah.
get ice cream.
Hell yeah. And I took a shower last night. Nothing.
Dude, I put on brand new socks, and my feet are so pruned.
All right.
It's 6 a.m., dawn of the final day.
Whoa, we're doing it early at 6:38 today.
How are you feeling, Brett?
Freaking groovy, man.
Nice. How are you guys feeling?
Ready to go.
Yeah. Let's
a good
end
day.
it. Let's end it. I'm ready.
73 miles to the finish.
Yeah, I'm sad to end it, but I'm also glad
We're already
to
talking
end
about
it.
next year.
Yeah, next
Oh,
year.
yeah.
Next year it's happening again for sure.
Four climbs coming up. We've got this one and then 3 supposedly really steep but short climbs. This one's only like a quarter of a mile, not even. It looks like I see the top of it even when I can start. So none of the hills have been that bad, especially living in Seattle. It's just not that bad. Got 2 riders in front of me. One of them's on a 600X. I think it's an original 600X too, but they are crushing it. And my legs are cooked. So they are blowing past me. We're almost done. 50 miles to go. So this road is being paved. It looks like it was a gravel road, but they're doing work back there to pave it. Now I have a choice. Do I follow the spirit of the Huracan, ride on the gravel, or do I stick to this nice, freshly paved asphalt? It's the true duality of man. Spoiler alert, I'm staying on the asphalt. I'm tired as hell. This is the last section. This is the last little bit of single track that I got to do. I've got 13.7 miles to go, so less than 15. It's kind of a bittersweet thing. This has been super challenging, even on the light trail days, super hard. highly recommend this, but I'm going to get back on the bike, finish the day, get a shower, and I'll see you at the end. One and a half miles. Almost there. Almost there. Be there soon. Right now. That's it. Huracan's done. How are we feeling?
We did it!
Yeah, baby.
Done.
We finished, and we're ready to do it again next year.
Next year.
You want to go again?
Anytime soon.
Bill's
doing it again right now.
I was really nervous on day 1. Day 4, I'm ready to start over. Awesome stuff. End of Huracan, ready to do another lap. Is it next year yet?
Now I am a Huracan 300 finisher.
Day 4 of the Huracan. I did not finish the route, sadly, but I did have fun spending a few days out exploring and catching up with all my friends and my team, and just having a good time while I was here. But I'm ready to go home.
So Huracan is done. I ended up doing 345 miles. I was switching back and forth between the OG route, which is 375, and the light route, which is 325. So I kind of broke even there between them. So I don't get a score, which is fine, but next year I definitely want to do this again and try to go for a score on the OG route.
So the HXT, this is a really interesting talking point for me because this is a bike that I wanted to take out because of the questions that we often get about it. You know, can it go bike packing? Can it do this? Can it do that? And this bike proved everyone wrong in all of the best ways. This is an incredible bike packing bike, especially if you know the terrain you're going to be on is going to be difficult. I think if you are looking for that really difficult, challenging single track bike packing expedition, this is the perfect bike for that. This is what you need for really tough terrain, stuff that is just, you're not sure if you can even get over it, but you know your bike will be able to. That's where the HXT really shines. It really, really just goes over everything. The only thing that holds this bike back is the rider. I want to go back and I want to finish it in a better time and hopefully have less pain at the end of the day, because it was a great time and I met some awesome people on this ride, and there's a lot more people who want to do this, and I think it's great that Carlos and his crew are gaining more traction for what they do in Florida, and I'm so excited to go back to Florida in February of 2026 and just crush the Huracan 300 and really get a feeling for how good it can feel to just stick to something and finish it and know that you accomplished something great.
To answer everyone's question about can the HXT bike pack, yes, 100%. I have no hesitation recommending people who want a very serious high performance bike packing bike to get an HXT. But that being said, I am going to go to a friend's house and I'm going to shower and I'm going to sleep and stop being stinky.